It's 11:47 p.m. Your partner's phone lights up on the nightstand. Just once. And before you've even decided to look, your hand's already moving. You tell yourself you're not that person. Not the jealous one. Not the one who checks. But there you are, thumb hovering over a screen that isn't yours. Heart doing something it has no business doing over a notification you can't even read yet. Here's the thing. What if that reaction isn't a flaw in you? What if it's not insecurity? Not trust issues? Not something wrong with your attachment style? Stick with me, because the real explanation is going to change how you look at every single time you've overanalyzed a text. You've done this before. Reread a message 4 times, hunting for a tone that probably isn't even there. Noticed a reply took 11 minutes longer than usual. Clocked exactly who liked exactly what. Not because you're crazy, not because you don't trust them. It's something else. Something that fires off before your rational brain even gets a vote. And here's what nobody tells you. That alarm goes off constantly, way more than it needs to. So either something's deeply wrong with you, or something's working exactly the way it was designed to. To answer that, we've got to go back further than dating apps. Further than marriage, even. Further than the whole concept of a relationship as we know it. Back to small bands of early humans who survived on one thing, and one thing only. Fair exchange. You shared meat when you had it. Someone watched your kids while you hunted. The entire group ran on an invisible ledger. Who gave what? Who owed what back? And in that world, a cheater, someone who took the benefit without paying the cost, wasn't just annoying. They were a threat to your survival, full stop. Researchers Lida Cosmides and John Tooby found something honestly kind of remarkable. The human brain built a specific system just for catching this. Not general intelligence, not logic exactly. A dedicated module, wired to spot unfair exchange faster than almost any other kind of reasoning we do. And here's the kicker. In lab experiments, people who genuinely struggle with abstract logic problems suddenly get sharp, fast, almost effortless. The second you dress the exact same problem up as, is this person cheating the system? Something clicks. The brain doesn't reason its way there. It just knows. Instantly. That's the system firing in your chest at 11:47 p.m. But here's the part almost nobody connects. That ancient system was never built to be accurate. It was built to be cheap to trigger. Think about the math your ancestors' brains were quietly running, without ever knowing it. Falsely suspect a loyal partner. Worst case, you feel a little foolish. Fail to notice a real cheater. You lose resources, status. Sometimes your whole place in the group. When missing a real threat costs you that much, evolution doesn't build a precise detector. It builds a paranoid one. A smoke alarm that shrieks over burnt toast. Because, let's be honest, a smoke alarm that only goes off during actual fires isn't a smoke alarm, it's a coffin. So when your stomach drops over a notification that means nothing, that's not a broken system. That's the system doing exactly what it was built to do. Overreact every time, just in case. Not proof they're guilty, not proof you're paranoid. It's a smoke detector doing its job, maybe a little too well. And this is where it gets dangerous. Because that ancient smoke alarm now lives in your pocket, wired to a phone that never, ever stops generating smoke. Read receipts, online status, story views. Every app on that phone was engineered to maximize engagement. And nothing engages a brain faster than a possible threat. So the notifications don't just sit there quietly. They get pushed, time-stamped, highlighted, turned into active 2 minutes ago, feeding your ancient cheater detector more data than it was ever built to handle. Your ancestor's alarm went off a few times a season. Yours goes off a few times an hour. Same wiring, about 1,000 times the fuel. So next time your chest tightens over something small, a delayed reply, a name you don't recognize, a laugh that lasts a second too long, remember what that feeling actually is. It's not weakness. It's not something broken that needs fixing. It's one of the oldest protective systems your species ever built. Still standing guard, still doing its job. Just in a world throwing 100 false fires at it, the every real one. The question was never, why can't I stop checking their phone? The real question is, now that you know your alarm's built to cry wolf, are you going to keep obeying it? Or are you finally going to be the one who decides when it's actually a fire? If your brain does this too, you're not alone. Subscribe, because next time, we're going somewhere even stranger. What happens when this same system turns inward and starts lying to you?